Well, it's the day after the big day, and we're still talking about Nigeria and Sierra Leone. Good evening and welcome. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Well, it's the abridged version of the show tonight, and of course, we're going to talk about the aftermath of the AFCON qualifier between Nigeria and Sierra Leone. We'll look at the teams that have qualified for the biennial tournament, and we'll also spare a thought for what is happening elsewhere in the CONMEBOL region. For instance, Brazil played today, Argentina played today. We'll also talk about something that has generated a lot of comments, statement attributed to the sports minister, Sunday Diary, talking about Coach Gernot Raw. But I don't want to let the cat out of the bag just yet. That sets the tone for the abridged version of the show. But guys, I want you to talk to us. Well, some of us still trying to get the terms with what happened between Nigeria and Sierra Leone. We were here talking about worst case scenario, 4 points. But at the end of the day, it turned out that the Super Eagles in that double header were just able to get 2 points. That's what we want to talk about on the show tonight. In case you're joining us for the first time, this is what you need to do. Sports Tonight at channelstv.com. That's how you can send your mail to us. I have one or two already. On Facebook, channels iPhone Sports. That's how you can let the world know how you feel about things happening in your amazing world of sports. Then you go to our verified handle at channels_sports. You can talk to us. You can comment on all the issues happening in your amazing world of sports. The ATP Tour Finals currently going on. Let's talk about that as well. Alexander Zverev won his game today. He defeated Diego Schwartzman. We'll talk about that on the show as we progress. All right. A lot of people have looked at 2020 and they feel that the Super Eagles have not impressed. Let's not forget, let the fact not be lost on us that the Super Eagles just played 4 matches in 2020. But in spite of that, a lot of people still feel disappointed because of those 4 matches under the watch of Coach Gernot Raw. Nigeria did not win a game. And so those are the matches right there on your screen. First time out in October, we lost to Algeria. A few days later, played a 1-0 draw with the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. Then a game we thought we were going to win, Nigeria, Sierra Leone. We let a 4-goal lead slip through our hands, and it ended 4-4. Then we went to Freetown. We thought, well, it's redemption time for the Super Eagles. A lot of the officials said, look, a resounding win is the only thing that can make Nigerians happy. And Sierra Leone didn't read the script. He ended goalless. And so that's the scorecard for you. In 4 matches played in 2020, no win for the Super Eagles, 3 draws for the Super Eagles, and a loss, the one that came in that friendly against the Desert Foxes of Algeria. All right, so a lot of people have called to question the competence of Super Eagles coach Gernot Raw. Some of them didn't voice their opinion, but some did. Let's show you a tweet coming from the sports minister, Sunday Diary, today from his verified Twitter handle. And that's what you have in his own words. Let me read what you have there quickly as I can. He says, the performance of the Super Eagles from their last 2 matches calls to question the suitability and competences of technical advisor Raw. Nigeria football deserves better. The needful will be done. Apologies to all football lovers. This comment coming on his Twitter handle, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Sunday Diary. And there's been a lot of reactions. Some say the decision on Coach Gernot Raw should be a decision taken by the Nigerian Football Federation. Some agree with the sports minister that something needs to be done. But bottom line, I think we can all agree on the fact that the sports minister has called into question the competence of Coach Gernot Raw. And if his tweet is anything to go by, he says the needful will be done soon. Whatever that is, time will tell. time will tell because on this show, we don't dwell on speculation. He has said the needful will be done. A lot of people have interpreted the needful in many ways. But I want to be cautious on this show. And in the days to come, we'll know what that needful actually means. But of course, Nigeria's next game will be against the Squirrels of Benin Republic, and that's next year. So we have about 4 months to sort ourselves out, to put our house in order, whatever decisions that the administrators think is the right one. I'm very sure that will be done. But it must be said, 2020 hasn't been good for the Super Eagles, even though we still have to, also look at the fact that only 4 matches were played in 2020. Just the fact that we couldn't win any of those games. All right, it can't leave a sore taste in your mouth, especially for those who thought after match day 4, the Super Eagles will be on the list that we're going to show you now. But unfortunately, we're not on that list. We have to wait for match day 5. These are the teams that have qualified for the biennial tournament, which is the African Cup of Nations, the 24-team tournament that's going to be hosted by Cameroon. Cameroon are the host. Teranga Lions of Senegal have qualified. Zez Foxes of Algeria have qualified. The Eagles of Mali have booked their spot. Carthage Eagles of Tunisia as well. They've sealed their place and the Atlas Lions of Morocco as well. Very, very close. They have 10 points. But of course, CAF has not certified that they've qualified, so we just leave that out. But, maybe for one mathematical reason or the other, but it looks to me like the Atlas Lions might have, sealed their place as well. So that's it on the Super Eagles. And hopefully we'll sort ourselves out and we'll see whatever house cleaning that's going to be done or whatever adjustments will be made to that. Let's go to Enugu quickly and talk about this one. Talk about the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium. The Enugu State government has begun routine maintenance on the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium to get it ready for the next league season, as well as other local and international sports activities. According to the Commissioner for Sports, Manfred Ezekwe, the exercise was delayed due to COVID break that hampered all sports-related activities as well as maintenance. The exercise, which is expected to last for 7 days, when completed, will boost the confidence of the players who will be playing on the pitch from December 6th when the league kicks off. Let's listen to the Enugu State Commissioner for Sports bring us up to speed with renovation at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium.
Because of the lockdown, there was no training going on. The facilities are not being used. Although that it was certified by CAF that the pitch and the facilities here are very okay to hold any tournament for 2019-2020. They started yesterday, and the maintenance is going to last for 7 days, 1 week maintenance, to keep the pitch ready and in a perfect condition for any tournament to be held or played in Enugu here.
All right, that'll be good news for the Flying Antelopes, talking about Rangers. And, if the NFF decides to take any of our, matches, maybe the Super Eagles, the women, or the age grade teams, if they decide to take it there, that's good news, knowing that that stadium is being worked upon. I have a couple of tweets here. Let me see if I can just read one or two before we go on the show. Sheyi Ojo, at Sheyi_Ojo, he says he is disappointed but not surprised with the outcome of the Nigeria-Sierra Leone game. He's disappointed but not surprised. Maybe he expected that that could have happened. And, like we warned yesterday, I mean, some some of your tweets we can't read because of the wordings, and you have to write things that could be read on TV. And if you say things that are uncomplimentary, we would not be able to read. I have one here from Olayinka Rufai. In his own opinion, says Coach Kenneth Roy needs to go. He says he does not have the requirement to take us to the highest level in football. And he even puts a hashtag there. And so those are some of your comments. Keep them coming. We'll see how much of it we can read. All right, let's go and talk about marathons. The sports as opened up now, and we're beginning to see a lot of things. All is set for the Kaduna Half Marathon. With 3 days to the start of the Kaduna Half Marathon race, it has been confirmed that 56 elite athletes will be taking part in the maiden edition of the events. World Athletics Gold Label marathoner Sheila Jerotich of Kenya and her counterpart Gladys Jepkomoy are some of the elite runners confirmed for the inaugural event that will take place this Saturday. And so it's interesting that just when we're thinking about one of the big events happening in Lagos that have to do with marathons, this one also going on in Kaduna. And trust us, we will closely monitor this event. Let's listen to one of the critical stakeholders shed some light on this. He is a consultant of the events, and of course, he's someone that leads little or no introduction. Let's listen to Bukola Olakwade shed more light on the Kaduna Half Marathon.
There's a new drive towards opening up Kaduna, which they've been doing for almost 6 years. And I'm so glad that the governor understands that sports is a tool that touches healthcare, road maintenance, infrastructure, business, and above it all is the strongest tool of empowerment for young people, as Cecilia mentioned. Especially when you have a cosmopolitan area like Kaduna, where you have a lot of young people who are also interested in sports. We have 26 elite runners from abroad, from about 15 countries. We also have, we're throwing in almost 30 Nigerian elite runners. Of course, we must look after our
Absolutely.
So the cream de la cream of runners from Nigeria, Deborah Pam and Co. Unfortunately, we lost Goyet a few weeks ago, a runner that had gotten so close to, like a brother. But the cream de la cream of top Nigerian road runners, who have now also narrowed their timing to fight the international runners, will be taking part in the race.
That's Bukola Olakwade, consultant for the event, bearing his mind and telling us what to expect. Let's come to Lagos and talk about what's going to happen in Lagos. Very related events. Organizers of the Lagos Women Run are getting more creative with the introduction of a running app for virtual runners, and a lot of innovations put into that Lagos run. The run will the winner of that race will take home 1 million naira. That's going to be on Saturday, same day that the Kaduna Half Marathon will take place. The technical director of the race, that's Yusuf Ali, insists that all runners will be closely monitored to adhere strictly with all the regulations throughout the race. So let's just listen to Yusuf Ali also shed more light on the Lagos Women Run.
The most important thing about COVID is the issue of social distancing and the issue of face masks and the issue of sanitizer. Once you observe that and your runners are able to be on their cell without any problem, and once they are on that cell and everybody have maintained the 6 feet we are told to adhere to by the World Athletics, I think we are okay. Once we can adhere to that, and that determines from the call room. As they come to the call room, you put them to their cell. We are going to create a lot of cells, up to about 50 cells. So that cells will determine where each runner will be. If you look at standard of marathon all over the world, I think Nigeria, we are being rated probably now number 9 in the world because of our organization. Because we are being taken because of what we did with Access Lagos City Marathon. I think Women Run also, they are following suit. They are doing the right thing. They're consulting. And I think this is the only Women Run in Africa. And I think we should make sure that it is done properly. will maintain the COVID standard. So you don't know where the pictures will go to. You don't know who will see them. So once we achieve that, I think we are good.
Let's wrap things up talking about the IOC and plans to make the athletes' village safe for all the athletes and everybody that will come to Tokyo. Let's listen to one of the stakeholders talking about this and promising to make the environment safe for athletes. We'll be listening to John Coates, one of the key stakeholders, talking about making the environment safe for athletes.
But we have to make sure that the Olympic Village is, as Christophe Duvy keeps saying to me, the safest place in Tokyo. The athletes have to have confidence in the safety of that. But the athletes, once their competition finishes, will have 1 day, 2 days, and then they'll go home. The period of staying longer in a village increases the potential for problems.
All right, with that comment from John Coates, we've come to the end of the show. Today is the abridged version. We're back here again tomorrow, taking on another trip on the exciting and amazing world of sports. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.